I'm married. I know the first thing that people notice is that I'm not wearing my wedding ring, and that's for the simple fact that if something better comes along, I am out of there so fast his head will spin. He's earned it though. Like, he says things when I go away to do work. He's like, last week, honey, when you're famous and you're on the Tonight Show, are you gonna give me some credit for all the crap I have to put up with? And I said, of course, sweetie, I'm gonna tell them my ex-husband was extremely supportive in the beginning. You're adorable. He doesn't really like the joke anymore, and my boyfriend hates it, so. I mentioned to you guys that I had that negative pregnancy test, and I had to go to the doctor and make sure there's no oopsie baby in there. And every woman in this, world knows it's the most uncomfortable exam that we go through. You're lying there, and they put the speculum in, and you're like, oh goodness, and then you hear that click. It is the worst sound in the world, but I'm always so glad that I don't hear click, 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 click. Because then you're a whore.
My husband came to the beach with us 2 weeks ago. He came. He doesn't talk. We've been married 20 years. So he doesn't talk to me anymore. They always talk in the beginning, girls. Then they reduce themselves to mumbling. And then it's just pretty much grunts. And he came out of the Herculon recliner because he saw the action going on. Us packing up the car. And he came out and he looks at me and he goes, huh. You all going to the beach? All right. I'll go in here. See, every woman in this room understands everything I just said. That was a month's worth of conversation right there. He's not coming to the beach with us. He's coming because there might be college girls at the beach that he can look at, They might be having a volleyball game. He's completely in love with himself. You ever see those guys that drink a lot of beer and they only gain the weight right here? Just right here. Doesn't come anyplace else, just right here. He's got that Irish disease, no ass at all. He's flat as a pancake, I'm telling you. His pants just shoot straight up his back. The belt goes through the belt loops up around his shoulder blades, and then comes and makes this mad dive underneath the pregnancy. He's so front heavy, he walks like he's on cross-country skis. He's gonna tip over. He's always saying, you're the one that got fat. I did not get fat. My pant size has not changed since 1987. I know you just keep buying the same size pants and pushing them further and further underneath that tumor you call his stomach. Somebody said to me, what are you staying married for if you're that miserable? After 20 years, I said, maybe I just don't want to have to shave my legs anymore. Single men are very picky. I talk to the single girls. They gotta be ready Freddy all the time. Single men don't like stubble. Married men are very grateful. They'll sleep with a monkey.
I've been married for 12 years. People want to know, what is the secret of your marriage? And it's very simple. My husband's a Mets fan, which means he has no expectations. I just gotta get dressed in the morning. That's just about it. That's it. Because there are two types of New Yorkers. They're Mets fans and they're Yankee fans. And it's real easy to be a Yankee fan in the city. Being a Yankees fan is like being in love with a supermodel. Being a Mets fan is like being in love with Susan Boyle. It takes a lot of bravery. Because when you think about it, right, what's the Yankees slogan? Got rings, got rings. Mets, believe. Just Believe I'm going to do the same things I did to you before we got married. Just keep believing that. We have 2 lovely daughters. I find it hard to be a parent. Not really. The hardest thing about being a parent is the people who love to give you advice about being a parent. And there are 2 types of people. There are people who haven't done it in 30 years and who sucked at it. I call them my parents. Yeah, my mother likes to say things like, oh, you know, I never beat you. And I'm like, my back looks like I'm an extra from 12 Years a Slave. I think you did. I think you did. My second favorite people are my white girlfriends with dogs, because they know everything there is to know about parenting because they have a dog. No, there's a few things that dogs and kids have in common. First thing is they need a lot of shots. Secondly, it's illegal to have sex with them. And thirdly, people get really uncomfortable when you beat them in public. They don't really like that. And I had this fight with my friend about it, because she's like, no, we both take care of life. It's a life, it's a life, it's a life. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to give you 3 scenarios where I'm going to substitute the word dog with the word kid. Here we go. Hey, Celeste, why do you look so sad? I had to put Ruby down last night. Oh my God, what happened? Well, she bit a couple of kids in the playground. They labeled her a vicious kid, and we might get another kid next year. Another situation. Hey, Jen, Celeste, could you do me a solid? Yeah, listen, Bill and I are going on vacation, and our sitter fell through. Can you watch our kids? It's no big deal. Just pop in the house, make sure their bowl's full of Cheerios, water, take them around the block, put the baby back in the cage. She feels safe there. Hey, Jen, it's Celeste again. Hey, what's up? Listen, we're moving to our new apartment, and they don't take kids. I don't know what we're going to do. I know it's a great apartment. I don't know. What are we going to do? Can you watch them for a couple weeks until we find a foster home or a no-kill orphanage? Can you do that for us?
I do live in San Jose. I have 4 cats. No, but I'm not a crazy cat lady. No, because I have a husband. I call him Socks. My cats are really sweet. At night when I'm watching TV, one of them will come up on my lap and do that kneading thing with their paws. You know what I'm talking about? It's really sweet, yeah. And also, I think it satisfies my requirement for a monthly breast exam. Because it's a CAT scan. All right, sorry, that was really bad. So my husband, Socks, he thinks he's so smart. The last time I drove to LA, my muffler fell off. And I had to call my husband and tell him my muffler fell off. And he said, it just fell off. And I said, no. It dragged for a really long time first. Kind of a stupid question, actually. But my car is a total piece of crap. Well, more specifically, it's an 87 Chevy piece of crap. But it does have a tape deck and a cigarette lighter, so it's kind of a high-end piece of crap. My car shakes like crazy, and it just shakes all the time, but it is pretty old, so it's probably Parkinson's. I filled up my gas tank today, you guys. Yeah, and tripled my Blue Book value. Sweet. Here's what I've learned about my car, you guys. Here's what I've learned. Whenever my car stops smelling like burning oil, time to add oil.
Y'all see my girl over there? I got your back, girl. I got your back. Child, please. How many married folks in the audience? Round of applause. No wonder I ain't married no more, huh? I did 22, y'all. I did 22. I did 22 years. Round of applause for 22 years of marriage. That's what I'm talking about. He is an okay husband. He's an okay husband. He gonna make a real good ex-husband, though. I'm telling y'all that right now. I'm about to go into the First Wives Club. Every 1st and 15th of the month is Mother's Day. Where my money at? Where the check? Where the check? You late? Late, you late? Kids gotta eat. Mama gotta go to the casino. I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. Sure. I was born and raised in Detroit, y'all. Let's hear it for the big T. Some of y'all like Detroit. We got good food in Detroit, y'all. We fly home just to eat, child, please. That's the only place you can go to the liquor store and buy clothes. Our Armenians in Detroit have everything in the liquor store, y'all. Darn, I go shopping in the liquor store. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Get the hookup stuff falling off the truck. Child, please. Look here, my neighbor's mad at me because I'm a step away from welfare. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to go apply for welfare because I hear they go after ex-husbands don't pay their child support. Works for me. You know what I'm saying? But my neighbor's mad at me. I live out there in Claremont. I don't know if y'all heard of that. It's above Pomona. They hoity-toity. Desperate Housewives with Stereo Lane, you know. I'm the one black chick they left out there, affirmative action, carrying on. You know. They mad at me because I got a Burberry that fell off the truck. You see what I'm saying? Burberry off the truck. I'm wearing it like Christian Dior glasses. They don't understand. You got to know where the truck parked at when stuff fall out. Then you be all right, you know what I'm saying? Don't be mad at a sister because she done got a hookup. Mad at me because I'm changing my hair every day in Canada. What's wrong? This is JPF. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Just paid for. If it paid for, darn it, I can change it every day. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
So my husband had this stomach ache for 3 weeks, and the doctor decided to give him a colonoscopy. And he had this colonoscopy, and they found a polyp. And the doctor took the polyp and put it under the microscope and said it looked exactly like my husband. Same face, exact hair, everything. I told him he had his head up his ass, but he wouldn't believe me. So, I really shouldn't tell you this, but I've been seeing a male hooker. It costs so much money, it takes all my petty cash, but it's worth it because he'll do things my husband just won't do. Like he comes over to the house and he smells real fresh and he looks real good, and then he takes out the garbage. All the way out to the curb. And then another time, he lit candles and he brought flowers. And then he pushed me up against the refrigerator and said, "You are the prettiest mom in the whole world." He didn't really say that. That cost so much extra. I was just masturbating.
But we live in Pismo Beach, California, which is 4 hours from LA. And actually, I was working in Atlantic City. My husband sold our house and moved. But I found him. In Pismo Beach. He was easy to find. I just followed a trail of dirty underwear up the freeway. I knew it was his because it was neatly folded. Is that weird or what? My husband neatly folds his dirty underwear. And then he lays it on the floor next to mine that's been rolled off like a giant rubber band with a crotch. You girls have done that, I know. It's just what it looks like, too. If you don't unwind it before you put it in the washing machine, after the spin cycle, they're all crocheted together. Now you have a holiday garland, you know. But our small regional airport that we use to fly out of Pismo doesn't have these fancy machines. You just have to be frisked. And because I have artificial knees, I have to be frisked all the time. I've been frisked so many times, I don't even need to have sex again until next year. But it's always the same woman. And she's a big girl. And I don't know what team she's on, but I'm pretty sure it's not mine. I'm not even that sure the other team wants her. She's got a terrible overbite. We're talking major buck teeth here. Before she worked for the TSA, she had a part-time job in front of Starbucks as an awning. I don't know if I should even tell you about her crow's feet. Where does she get her shoes? I only do that for me because I think that's very funny. I was coming through customs. I used to work on a cruise ship all the time, and I had to come through customs, and I was coming through customs this last time, and it was a cruise to South America, and the customs guy's going like this. Well, what were you doing in Cartagena? And I said, I work on a cruise ship. I go where they send me, and then I fly home. And what about March 5th? What were you doing in Cartagena? I said, I work on a cruise ship. I go where they send me. And he kept doing that and doing that. And finally he said, well, what do you do on the cruise ship? And I said, comedian. He said, I said, what do you do on the cruise ship? Aren't you listening? I said, I'm a comedian. Aren't you listening? So after the strip search, he made me put my feet in stirrups. You know, even if you could ride a horse that way, why would you want to?
All right. Yeah, thank you for getting my name right, my last name right, because it's spelled B-R-O-W-N-E, but the E is silent. It's not pronounced brownie. I am not a brownie, people. It's just brown. All my life, people call us the brownies. You see a last name like White, you don't say Whitey, do you? Some of you do, evidently. Some of you do. I've been married for 12 years, just had my 12th anniversary. Yeah, don't clap. I ain't say clap for that. I ain't say clap. Just say 12 years, that's all. 12 years. Yeah, because things change once you've been married for a while. Things will change on you. You know, my first anniversary, my husband gave me a chocolate. He gave me flowers. He gave me sexy lingerie. This year for our anniversary, he gave me an autographed picture of Ike Turner. It was signed, what's love got to do with it? Like nothing at all, nothing at all, nothing at all. Some people are so happy just to be engaged. I know this one girl, she's just so happy to be engaged. She showed me her engagement ring, like, I'm engaged, I'm engaged, I'm engaged. Every time I see, she's like, I'm engaged, I'm engaged, I'm engaged. I'm like, bitch, you've been engaged for 10 years. To the same guy. I'm like, you should, have tied a knot by now, at least have a new ring. Because you figure out that ring's depreciated in value. The contract has expired on that ring. I think you should get a new ring every 6 months. If the wedding don't take place, a new ring. The statute of limitations have run out. You know that ring is not worth anything. That's not an engagement, that's slavery.